Hey, good morning, everybody. I want to get a little quick video, hopefully a quick video, in on. I was watching a couple of sermons this morning. There it is. I can't see you, but you can see me. A couple of sermons this morning that I was listening to, and was talking about. One of them was a guy from the UK. He's talking about get on the other side of the flood, and as he's talking, um, all that could come to my mind was like sin, and discovering your sin or discovering what you think is okay um, in actuality is a sin. Okay, like I was talking to my sister yesterday. Surprisingly on this subject, I'll reiterate that I'm coming up on July 2nd, a 1 year anniversary of losing my wife. Um, 49 years old. My mother, 33 days before that. So we just passed that year. So we were talking about different things. How because my mother had the most amazing leaving the earth. The experience of that is like unbelievable. I mean, she was giving us information um, on stuff that it's like wow, amazing. I mean, being that I'm um, very read in the Bible to the level that I'm read, and I'm not a professional. I'm not saying that I know everything. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you just a simple man's observation on stuff. Okay, please don't take this um, to the gates and think you're okay, and then you end up in the wrong gates and you realize you're not okay. Um, my observation is this: that um, sin. Okay, we are a sewer of sin. I mean, we're human. We're fallen. We're not falling. We're a fallen creation. I used to pick it on work. I was a milkman for 10 years. I did deliveries to convenience stores and whatnot. And there was a difference between the truck breaking and the truck broke in. The truck breaking is still operable. Okay, you can still function with it. Um, and in a lot of cases, the truck broke in can work. Depends on what's broken. It can still operate, but it's got limitations to what it can do. Okay, you got a car, you got a bad set of brakes. Let's say your road is every time you touch your brakes, it's metal to metal. It's grinding down the highway. Well, the car's still operable to the garage. Okay, in our situation, Jesus is our garage. We're going to be running this planet with metal on metal brakes. We're going to be running on this planet with overheating radiators. We're going to be running on this planet with stuff's going to spew out of us. It's like, where did that come from? Where did that come from? You know? I got it all day. I'm like, what the hell? What is that? You know? And why? You know? So I've had I'll call it a relapse, but a bit of a relapse in a situation because it was for me it seems to be more traumatizing than I thought what happened. And I'm on the better side of it. Every day, if you watch all my videos, I'm always saying I'm on the better side of it because I am better than the day before, maybe by a day. You know what I mean? I'm not like where I need to be as far as I'm concerned. In my mental capacity. But let's just go back to. I think you can revisit. You end up revisiting sin sometimes, and people give up like whatever. I'll just deal with it. You just get this monkey off my back. I'll do whatever and blah blah blah. Yeah, I flipped out at that person. That whatever. So you know how you get better from that. If you just know you flipped out, like you go to a restaurant, you flip out at the help because your meal didn't come to your table the right way. They poured over you instead of around you. It's a joke on an Adam Sandler movie if you ever know it, um, with that singing guy. But you know, so you realize that okay, I kind of lost my cool there. Go find the person, whether or not they care that you apologize to them or not, because I mean, I know when I was in the hustle of delivering dairy products in New England. Um, people would come back and apologize for something they did, and it's kind of like, you know what, dude, 15 of you just did that to me. Why should I accept your apology? I mean, I had a bad attitude. I really did. I didn't know the Lord, but I knew the Lord, and I kind of always felt bad. I would kind of snap back at people like that, but it was only my chance of retaliation, you know. So we have to be able to forgive and be the forgiver. Somebody comes up and say, "I'm sorry I did that to you." Yeah, it's done. They did it. If you sense genuineness with them, release them, because it's holding you down. It's holding me down to not release that person from that. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm at my sister's house. I'm around my siblings a lot right now, and we got old memories coming up, old things that we did to each other and all that. And you know, they become somewhat fond of memories, but some of them are kind of still daggers because they still sting a little bit. Because you know it was a failure on your end on something you didn't understand, stuff that you do now, but you really do now. It's just a reminder of where you were to where you are. Don't take it personal. I can't. I don't. I was. I did. But and he talks about getting on the other side of the flood. Back to the story. I'm gonna try and stay on the story, but the flood. So they'll get on the right side of the river. Sorry, and people think it's talking about no times of Noah and all that. But I think he brought up Joshua, but in the book of Joshua, something about the other side of the river. They were confronted by God or something like that. Sorry, I'm not. I don't want to copy what he said. I'm just kind of using it as a paraphrase, if you will. But even with sin, sometimes you're going to be brought right back to the front door of that sin. Okay, um, let's just say I don't want to pick on anything because everything's a sin. Me having to do these videos could be a sin because I got to do this video, then I'll be all better. Well, no, I don't do it for that reason. Don't. This is not why I do it. Something came into my head. I think this is my only medium to talk about it, so that's what I use. Um, but I don't think I have. I'm doing this. This for me. So maybe down the road I can go back on some videos and remember what I was literally going through in this past year. That's kind of why I did this YouTube channel, so I can kind of see. I want to document kind of what I'm going through right now because I got the time, I got a little bit of money, and I have some abilities to get some jobs that may pan out to be short term and very lucrative for the short term, which would be perfect for me. I want 10 months a year off, maybe 9 to 10 months a year off. That's what I want. That's my goal, and I'm going with it. You know, um, so why everybody's my grandfather did this, my father did this, all my brothers did this, my sister did this. Everybody knows does this. Be the first. Be the first to maybe not do it. I mean, look at the when God pulled them out of Egypt. He had to put them in the wilderness for 40 years. He ended up having to kill off a whole generation, and that's what this guy's talking about in the book. It talks about getting on the other side of the river, meaning when God brought you through the flood, that flood when he's part of the season, all that got you on the other side of the river. I, it's your opinion what you think of it. I think it's literally and figuratively. It's everything. God's got like 8 legs to everything he talks about. Okay, it's not 8 different directions. They're all going in the same direction, but we have 8 different ways of thinking it. We just got to get our mind trained to what is God saying here, not what do I think God's saying here. The heck with what I think God's saying here. You got to get to the place where you say, what is God meaning in saying here? And it's not easy. His voice is so small, so small. You can even hear a gnat burp louder than God's voice. So you got to realize how, and he does it on purpose. He wants you to press into him. Okay? Press into what he's saying. It's not all this hoopla and jumping around. And fine if you're doing that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But make sure that doesn't become your religion. I felt the spirit follow me. I can watch a random movie and I can feel that sense fall on me, because it brings out a thought. Okay, I don't want to mention the movie because it's pretty crude, but um, I changed words in movies sometimes because I think it's there to change. I think it can be, or they stole it from God to use it the wrong way. That's how I look at stuff. You know, the remake of songs and stuff. You gotta be careful what songs you remake too. Not every song's it can be switched. I mean, you can force it that way, but um, anyways. So if you find yourself revisiting some old habits, don't get frustrated. Just give it to God and just say, you know what, I want, and um, just I revisited something in it was like it was wrote from the very thought of doing it. Why would I waste my time? Why? You know, and then going through the shifting of the gears of the bad habit. You know what I mean? It's like this sucks. This is not even this ain't even worth it. It was like so. It wasn't even like a brand new excitement. You know what I mean? It was like this is an old shoe I threw away. I mean the toes are sticking out of it. The heels on the road. There's no protection here for my feet. Why would I do this again? I literally know where this is going. He's going to end the same pathetic spot it always ends up in, and there was no actual activity other than the thought of the activity getting going. And it's been 6 months, and I'm like, that it's not there anymore, and I'm not even excited about it. The equipment's broken, or it's not working the same anymore. It's like I'm mashing this up, but I hope somebody realizes the essence of what I'm saying here. That don't be afraid that sometimes God will stand you right in front of something again to make sure you don't want it. You know, he's done it to me many times. It's like he'll bring you in front of this bad habit. You know, somebody smoking cigarettes or somebody drinking alcohol. Or whatever. So again, I don't want to name names. Here I go. Um, and those aren't the ones for me. Mine are much worse. um, those are mine. I'd rather hang around with a smoker and a alcoholic than hang around with a religious Christian. Some of them are a horror show. I'm sorry, but man, it's like wow. It's like how can you think you're okay? And I hope you're okay. I hope you got it figured out. I hope beyond hope that you got it figured out. I hope you know something I don't know. I am not going down that road that bad and still say I'm okay. You know, I just am not gonna do it. I'm just trying to see if anybody's sneaking up on me here because um, everybody's starting to get up. It's early this one. It's like 7. What time is it? Not that clock's run. It could be like 7:30 or so in the morning. But it was just a thought it brought up my mind. It's like don't be afraid. We're going to be tested, and we're going to be tested, and we're going to be tested, and then I think we're going to be tested, and then there'll be a test on the test of the test, and then there'll be some more tests, and then there'll be a surprise test, and then there'll be a test on the surprise test, then the surprise test of the surprise test. You're going to be tested your whole life here. And I used to, another thing that brings up my mind, I used to say this to when I got jobs, it's like I knew what I was doing right away. I pick up really quick on stuff. I'm simple. I'm not stupid. I'm simple. It's like this is a knife. I know that's a piece of potato skin on it. Sorry, that was gross, but I gotta wash this stuff. So I'm making mashed potatoes. If you see the crock pot right there, that's my little crock pot running 100% solar. No plugs into anything anywhere. I'm plugged into my inverter, which this inverter is weird. It makes no noise. I was expecting an inverter with a big loud fan, or it's a defective fan. I don't know, but it doesn't overheat or nothing. It just does its thing. It's a Pro Watt SW. It's quiet. I mean any inverter I ever saw was like it's like man, that thing's louder than the everything. I don't know if you can hear my fridge running. It's a Alpicool um, fridge freezer, and that's running right now. You can probably barely hear it. I don't know why my phone's doing the tick 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 tick. I'm noticing that on my videos. It's going tick 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 tick. It's like what's that all about? So I don't know. Anybody knows? I'll probably figure out before these get popular. So it could be my phone's old. I don't know. It is. I think it is the think it's the X, the iPhone X. I still have. I'm not really sure, but anyways, so not to drag it on. Um, the whole thing is relax. You're in this washing machine, tornado, spin cycle, agitation cycle. We're gonna constantly be going through this stuff. Some video came up this morning. I should have kept the sayings. Um, we're just new people with the same old habits of every other generation had. We're the same creation as Adam and Eve. And oh, that's a light. That's the sun shining off or something else. That's like you think something's moving. It's like the wind's blowing a little bit. It's making something move. Someone. I'm not fully dressed. From here up, I'm dressed. From here down, I'm not showing. But it's I got pajamas on, but it's just they're not the best looking pajamas, but they're not professional. But just gotta relax and realize that you cannot do a thing about this other than give it to the Lord. It's like it's like man, I hate this. I mean, it's the lady. Who was it? Mary Magdalene. I think she was a prostitute or something like that. And the movies dictate that a guy came in, paid her money after the whatever, and I remember her. I remember one movie. She had the money and she just threw it on the ground. She hated what she was, hated what she became, and hated what she was doing. But she had to let the Lord work that out of her system, and He did. He delivered her. I don't know. He delivered her from sin, not necessarily from the sin right away. It's a process. We think, oh, go on, boom, it's out of here. You know. Now I swore like a truck driver. I mean, it was like bad. I mean, my mother used to be like, Daniel, what are you saying that for? You go, wow, what the f? It just flew off freely. When I committed, I always knew the Lord. I think I always had a warm spot in my heart for the Lord, but I never gave everything to Him. And then when that day happened, I gave everything to Him. All of a sudden, like 3 weeks later, I'm not swearing anymore. I am not even remotely trying to throw that word. It's like what's gone. My mother was heavily religious, loved Jesus, but heavily religious, and there is a difference. You're not unsaved from it, but you're gonna struggle. The more religious you are, the more you're gonna struggle. Just telling you that. Grow your relationship with Jesus Christ. It's you and Him, not you with a bunch of people and Him. You and Him alone. It's when you're alone. And that's when you're doing your bad habits. That's when the devil knows. He's oh, this girl. You're vulnerable to me losing you to the light. So that's when he comes in strong. You got to think. I mean, come on. Least common denominator. Think about it. When does the devil do most of his work? When you're alone. He can put groups together, but you're alone when you get that going. And then you find a group of idiots and go smash windows or whatever your bad habit's gonna be. But it's that alone time, and you probably do your bad habits. You do probably do most of your bad habits in your alone time, and you know, we all do. But give some of that time to the Lord. Realize what you are. Realize who you are. This. Like I said, if you look at my if you I think you can see it on my channel. It's not my face in there. It's a donkey in a manhole. I mean, if you want to use put that together as what it is, the other word for donkey in a hole. I mean, think about that, okay? You got to realize who you are, you know. And I don't think of myself as that, but I know that's what I am. I don't have disrespect for myself. I'm a creation. The Creator created me, and He knew what was going to be in me when he made me. He knew how it was going to turn out and all that. So he's not okay with it, but it's here to be learned from. You know what I mean? It's like my habits. We're not going to be cookie cutters. We're going to have these different personalities, even in heaven. We're going to have a quadrillion different personalities. There's not one angel made the same. Well, they're all made. They showed up in once, but I think they all have different personalities. Again, my opinion. I don't know. God don't make cookie cutters. I don't think he does. He makes likenesses, but I don't think he makes cookie cutters of everything. You know, um, you have all the lions up there all looking exactly the same, doing the same march and all that. No, we're gonna be very, very fluid, very independently dependent. You know, um, and this is where you can go back into the angelic host that one third fell with diaper pants, Lucifer. Um, that they were created one shot. They weren't given the opportunity we were given. Now, God only lost a third that way, but he's creating the most advanced creation in the history of the whole triune Godhead. And we're the ones that he chose to do it with. So you think we're not going to go through some stuff? We're going to go through some stuff. You look at any development, okay? I'm kind of watching the Aptara .us car manufacturer. It's an electric car. It's got 40 miles of solar overnight or during the day. It can regenerate, and you can go 40. You almost never have to plug this car in. The batteries 1,000 miles of range, but it'll produce overnight just on its own, no plug-in or nothing. It'll produce about 40 miles a day of its own power. So if you're only doing 20, 30 miles a day, you never have to plug that car in. You'll always be available for up to 1,000 miles, depending on the battery pack you get. Um, Great idea, but they've been in what I think 2 years of development, and they might be coming out with a car at the end of this year. Finally, after in 2008 they were trying to do this, and 2008 happened, and everything went upside down. So they had to shut down the company and move on. Blah blah. Blah. So God's not in a rush. I hope he comes back like this afternoon. I'm done with this planet as far as this baloney. And it's like, but he knows what he wants out of it. I mean, we could go another 1,000 years like this because he has the ability to stop and start the clock anytime he wants. So if you factor in all that time, we're here for at least another 100 years or so. Better make your plans for that. I mean, I won't be here for another 100 years, but well, unless he decides that is. But the way my body's starting to fall apart slowly, I don't think so. I might make 80 at 90, 70, 80, 90, somewhere around there, but no. Um, yeah, but hey, whatever. He'll provide, and I'm on the side of I've come to a place where I'm really starting to let him provide um, a lot more in the provision area. Like I said, I think I may be able to line up a job. It's the sugar beet harvest. I don't know to what aspect of it, but I got an application in for that. The sugar beet harvest. That's like the month of October. So I can make maybe upwards of 5,000 overall on that. If I can get a different type of job out there, because I'm a truck driver, I gotta see if I can get into to see if I can drive a truck um, out there, and I'll make a lot more. But short of that, that'll give me a little bit of a cushion. I got my trailer for sale. Lord willing, it'll move soon. Let's pray for that. And it's in good shape. I'm just kind of repainting it a little bit and stuff. Redoing it a little bit. But it's quite a walk. It's quite a journey to be in the world and realizing that we have to learn what God has for us to learn. We're not here for joy and pleasure. This is boot camp. There will be joy and pleasure in it, but there's also going to be some tough times. You got to learn a bunch of stuff. Uh, you know, I moved with my wife out of state to Oklahoma for a job. The elections didn't go the way the industry. The industry was the oil industry, so obviously it didn't go the way they wanted. So they retracted quickly, and they said, "Well, you're hired, but we don't know when we can put you on." So my wife died. Well, my mother died May 27th. I'll call it. Still didn't have the job. I went back up there because it looked like they were going to be hiring me pretty soon. So I went back up there. I wanted to be there when they hired. I wanted to get right back to work. and my wife is still down in Louisiana, um, which is where she died. Um, and I got a text message July 2nd saying that she passed away. I'm like, what the heck happened? So it was I'm not gonna get into that story just yet. So she passed away July 2nd. Um, Total surprise because she wasn't even when she went around when she left to go to California and then back to Louisiana. She was perfectly healthy, perfectly fine as far as you know at our age, perfectly fine. Apparently not. She had double embolisms in her lungs. Both lungs had blood clots, and that's what took her out. And she didn't get no. She wasn't about the shots, so she wasn't any of that. Because everybody, oh, she probably no. She was. She didn't believe in that. Doing that. Um, so then, 20 days later, I get hired on. Okay, so talk about the stress of my mother was expected. That wasn't a surprise. But I haven't even had time to deal with my wife, and all that. I couldn't even get down there for the funeral. I couldn't find any money to get down there, so I couldn't get down to the funeral. It was a horror show, and of course we thought the family could have helped out. They all made some good money on those stimmies that were coming out, and trust me, they pushed the envelope severely on that whole stimmy stuff. They were starting businesses and claiming they were it was a whole big mess, but I'm like, whatever. So, anyways, yeah. So I couldn't get down there, so I had to release her to the family so they could bury her and all that. And then 20 days later, I get the job, and it wasn't the boss wasn't the best of bosses. He had he didn't trust me for some reason because I think I was older and I seemed to know what I was doing. Never been in that industry. I don't know why people think that of me. That's what I mean. I pick up on stuff quick. To the point where people think, oh, this guy knows, this guy's been in this field, he's lying to us. No, I just pick up quick on stuff. I'm not, you know what I mean? I just did a solar system in there. My first one, the van still didn't burn up yet. You know what I mean? I just watch videos. I watch it to the detail of, you know, fuses and all that. I mean, I get all that stuff, and I probably get extra fuses in here that I probably shouldn't even bother putting in. But I wanted double coverage so I get comfortable with it. So job, moving, well, sold the house, moved to Oklahoma, got a 6-month apartment, waiting for a job, spending money instead of making money. Um, Mother dies, wife dies, get a job 20 days later, and then work that job. I worked that job 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. I was just working and sleeping. I didn't care about nothing else. I said, I'm getting this job, I'm getting a bunch of money, I'm getting out of here. Child support ended, um, and that was another fight with the lawyers and all. Not the lawyers, but the state would not release my ex-wife and me and my daughters, 4 people, all agreed that this should end. State wouldn't release me, Massachusetts. They said, "Oh, you're gonna go before the judge." Oh, so we got to we. So I married. When did I marry him or her, whatever the judge is? When did I marry the state? But be careful with child support because you get married to the state too. Um, so got that ended. Driving out from Oklahoma out here to Massachusetts with my trailer and my pickup truck, I blew the motor in the truck. $11,000 hit. I only had after paying off child support because I did owe during the pandemic, so I got that all paid up. That's how they would not release me until I was paid up to date, and then they would proceed to. So I had to pay a whole extra year because I wasn't paid up to date. Ridiculous. So to me, that goes against taxes. That's a tax hit. I don't care what they say, but that's just my political side of this whole baloney. Um, so um, blew the motor. Get up here. I had to rent a U-Haul and all that to get the trailer up here and stuff. So I get up here, finally land, park, finally sitting at my sister's house, and the the phone call. Well, that month, child support didn't end yet, but it was in the process of ending. So I got back up here. I had already hired the lawyer back in when I had come up before my mother passed away. At that time, I hired the lawyer, and then she passed away 2 days later. But she, my mother, not my late wife, my ex-wife's still alive. Um, and we get along now, so it's not like no feelings there. We just get along for the girls. But so it was just all kinds of stuff. So all of a sudden the truck blows up. I'm like, oh, what do I do now? $11,000 is all my money. I gotta get a job right away. Ah, child support's not ended yet. I'm not showing any money until that ends. And so for some reason, I go with my daughter to her dealership. It was a Toyota dealership up in Attleboro, Mass, and they had this, the Uncle Sam sign. Instead of "We want you," "We want your car." And I'm like, "What's that sign all about?" So we're paying like awesome money for cars. I go, "Really?" I go, Mass. I go to my daughter, Mass. I said, I should maybe call the dealership, see if they're interested in buying my truck. Who knows? Maybe they'll give me 4 or 5 grand for it. At least I get some money back for it. I don't have 11 grand to fix it. I have 11 grand, but I'm out of money. So I call them up and I, basically say, hey, what do you guys think about buying me out of that truck? What would you give me for it? As is. And he's like, give me a couple days. So it took him a week and a half to get back to me. So I'm like, these guys they're not interested. Always your mind, negative thinking of your mind. And be careful, that's a sin too. Okay, it really is, because you got to get your mind straightened out. That who knows, what they're gonna say. You can't assume that they're gonna say anything. I can't assume. Oh, that trailer's never gonna sell. It's gonna sell. I need to find the right buyer for the right price, and it'll sell. The market down, the market up, it doesn't matter. It will sell if it's worth buying, you know. So I I called him back and said, hey, this is me. You got that blue truck. Well, oh yeah, yeah. So what are you gonna do with it? I go, well, I'm waiting for a call back from you guys about if you're gonna buy it out or if we're gonna go ahead and do the motor or not. I said, yeah, I like the truck, so I'm kind of really like, I don't know if I want to sell it or not. So I'm kind of playing it up. So the guy's like, he goes, he didn't call you back. He goes, like, give me a day. So it's all right. So call me back in a day if he doesn't get back to you. It's all right. So I call him up the next day because he didn't call. I said, yeah, he didn't call me. So I'm kind of like, they mess with me. Dealerships are. And I'm like, he's like, hold on a minute. He goes, man, this guy. So he goes, hold on, I'll put you on hold. Don't hang up. So I don't hang up. 2 minutes later, he gets on the line again. He's like, yeah, I got the manager, the office manager, whatever, that deals with that. He goes, he said he'll give you $10,000. And I'm like, it was Friday. He told me that. 10,000, huh? I said, man, I was kind of hoping for. I was shocked. I'll be honest with you, I was shocked. So I quickly came up with, yeah, I was kind of hoping for like 11 to 12 grand on that. It's like, geez, that truck's kind of worth like $28,000 all done. I said, you guys are gonna buy it for 10 grand. You're gonna put 5 grand into it. You're making some bank on that. So the guy's like, he said, well, think about it. So I says, yeah, give me the weekend to think about it, and I'll give you guys a call on Monday by noontime. No, either way, I'll give you a call. He goes, yeah, no problem. He goes, the motor is ordered, or something like that, right? I'm like, okay. So I said, either way, these guys are getting ready to fix it. They don't care. So I call them up on Monday, and I said, you guys sure you can't come up a little bit more? I mean, I want 12. You're saying 10. Can we do 11 and be happy with it? The guy's like, 10's the most I can do for that truck. He goes, I can't go a penny higher on that. That's all I can do. He goes, you can check with all the dealerships. He goes, by the time you get shipping and moving and all that, he goes, you're gonna eat up the difference. So he goes, we really can't do any more. That's it. I said, all right, that's fine. When can we do the paperwork and I can get the check? He goes, well, you're up in Massachusetts. Yeah. He goes, the truck's in Pennsylvania. He goes, I kind of need you down here. I says, why do I gotta go down there? Why can't we do this like online or something? Like buying a house, I do all my transfers online. Yeah, like, nah. He goes, like, we're kind of old school over here. We don't have all that stuff. We need you out here, and you got to go through your truck one more time. There's some stuff we don't know if you want or not. So I'm thinking, oh, I might have left some stuff. So I said, you know what? Fine. So I ended up going out there. It worked out. Me and my two daughters went out there. We got a rental car and we drove out there. We got a hotel room. It had a pool. It had a jacuzzi. It had a slide on the pool. We ended up having a blast in the pool, and we ended up being a really great little weekend vacation with my daughters. And yeah, we had a blast. And my oldest daughter was putting on spray on tan, or were they putting on? I don't know why they were putting spray on tan or suntan lotion. It was a closed-in pool. But what they didn't know is that it made the slide slip more slippery. So they would be whipping out. So there was a bunch of kids come in. They realized that after, like, my oldest daughter would go down the slide, everybody whipping off the slide for a few minutes, you know. So all the kids, every time they saw her go on the slide, they would line up right behind her. It was the funniest thing. But we had a blast. Anyway, so I had a lot of good and bad, a lot of yeah, bad and good traumas happening through the year. Listen, I got a job. I got child support ended. I sold my truck. I got $10,000 for it. I was able to buy this van that I'm in now, and I'm remodeling this. Like I said, I'm finally getting around to the inside, you know, a little bit. Um, I put a anyways. I'm not gonna get into this. So you're gonna get a slew of bad things happen, but eventually you're gonna come out of the test. You're gonna and good things will start happening. Listen, not paying $700 a month anymore for child support. That's a bill I don't have anymore. I don't have a mortgage anymore. That was $1,000 a month. I don't have that bill anymore. The only bill I have is a registration of this van, my license, um, the the insurance on this van, and a phone bill. That's it. And food. Food. I think I'm doing $200 a month for food right now. Is about what it's working out to be. Gas is about $200 a month because I'm not moving that much. So I'm only doing a tank. Probably doing if I move every 2 weeks, I can do 4 trips to my daughter and back. 3 trips, to my daughter and back, and then I got to fill up again. So I'm saving money on gas that way. It's 11 miles. It's 11 to 12 miles to the gallon I'm getting on this van, so it's not great. But the whole idea of this whole lifestyle is to not be moving very fast. I just want to be out camping and hanging out in those spots for the 2 weeks or whatever the limits are. You know, I'm not going to move a lot, so that's what I'm going to do with it. But sorry, I made this video about everything as I usually do. But don't be afraid your bad habit or your sin or however you want to label it shows up again. Realize that it's not necessarily, unless you're looking for it, it's not necessarily a bad thing, so long as you understand the test that it is, you know. And Donald Trump, like him or hate him, he held up the Bible. Where's my Bible? It's right here. He did this, and we already put it upside down. All that. So he held it up. Anybody want to consider this? That's how I took that. You know, they love putting that all over TV. You know, this is a Crossfire Bible. If you know what church that's from, that's where this Bible's from. Um, but he held up that Bible, and I took that as that is people. We're not going to accept it. The world is going to say, "Screw you" in that Bible. We're going our own way. That's why we're in the mess we're in. Pestilence has entered the world because we do not want God. That happened at Noah. That happened at Babel. That happened at Adam and Eve. Um, it happened in a lot of places in the human experience, you know. And we wonder why is God being like this? Well, why are we being like this? We're a creation. These glasses are made for one thing, to see with. When they're scratched up, throw them away. So when we tell God to go fly a kite, pal. I'm not doing you. I'm done with you. Well, you made him get rid of you. You asked him to get rid of you. He gave you a very simple choice here. Do you want me or do you not want me? Because I have plans for you. Great plans. You're gonna love these plans. You know why? I entered them into your computer system. This is what you're designed for. This is what you will love doing. And we're like, I want to do that. Okay. You know what I mean? So we're a creation. We're going to do what the Creator created us to do. And that's it, you know. We're not an AI robot. I think we got one running a certain country. Sorry. If that's the best we can do, that's pretty bad. Um, but just wake up to what's really happening. Wake up to um, this salvation lifestyle is simpler than we make it out to be. The church makes a big deal out of everything, and some of it rightfully so. But it's like some of it's for their own personal gain, and that's where it becomes bad again. You know, we got to be very careful where we're standing in this stuff, because if we're doing it wrong, it's going to be wrong. God doesn't like repetition. God doesn't like our feast days. God doesn't like how we do things. If He said it in the Old Testament, why would He be okay with it now? Come on, people, wake up! Nothing new under the sun. Book of Ecclesiastes. It's all vanity. 100% of it, all of it. If you can get your rear end, your soul, to Him, you're good. Other than that, we're in this mess. We're in this mess together. You know, yeah, we got some good days, bad days, but whatever. You know, try not to cling on to what the world's offering. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're talking about stimmies again in this country. I don't know where you're listening from or whatever, but they're talking about stimmies and another stay in place because gas prices are too high now. I mean, people, come on. This is insane. You know, I mean, huh. Anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to get into all that, but I it's gonna be an interesting November. That's all I can say, and it's gonna go bad for the people that gave the other side all the power. I hate to say it, the power side's got the power, and they're gonna gain more this time. You're gonna see. I'm predicting a blue wave, and I'm a red, and it's a blue wave because you know why? The Reds are blue. We saw that. The Reds went with the blue. So if I'm gonna hire you as a red and you're gonna keep going with the blue, why show up? And if enough red gets hired and they can go play their games and there's nobody babysitting that, why show up? Sorry, the system is of itself. Adam Sandler has a saying in one of his movies. When I find the movie again, I'll do it. But he says that's like watching the Grimace. No, that's like watching Ronald McDonald eat a burger off the Grimace. It's like basically he's saying Ronald McDonald's eating his own people. You know what I mean? It's like he's not going to do that to himself. It's kind of a funny comment that he says. I find it to be kind of funny. That's how I take it. That's probably not what he means, but I don't want to put words in Adam's mouth, you know. But that's how I take it. It's like stop eating this. Just stop. You're going faster, harder. I'm gonna get 5 jobs. I'm gonna show these people what you. I'm backing right off. I backed right off. It's like I'm gonna get a job for 3, 4, 5 grand, and I'm gonna live on that money. When that almost runs out, I'm gonna get a job, get 3, 4, 5 grand. I'm gonna live off that money. Because if they're changing the money system, why am I gonna go amass 401ks and this and that and the other thing? They're gonna keep changing it up. And anybody in a 401k right now, you're in trouble. You get some trouble coming in that 401k. I mean, you're going to be lucky to even see that on the other end. I don't even know if I'm going to have retirement at 62 at this point, the way they're going. But they're always going to have to stimmy something, so they're going to keep something going. They can print this money till the cows come home. The money's not connected to nothing. We can all have our little... I can get a job just printing money every day. You know, and that'll be my job. You know, if you can print out $100,000 today, you can keep 1,000 of it. But that'll keep me going for 4 months, you know. And then you know they'll give me all the machinery. They'll give me the plug in. They'll give me the paper. They'll give me everything, all the ink. I can just sit there and let the thing print out there. Just gonna make sure it's working right, you know. Then I can go hand the money into the whatever banking system that's I'm assigned to do that for, you know. Remote work, you know. Why not? I can go in the desert and print money and come back out and go give it to somebody. You know, go deliver it to a bank. Say, okay, here's the money that you hired me to print for you. Here you go. You know, but they're not gonna do that. But it's just kind of funny. Um, it's just funny how we're chasing all this paper, this fake stuff, and nobody wants the real thing. And the only real thing on this planet is salvation. That's it. Other than that, just go get your fire, go get your firewood, go kill your fatted calf, and just go eat the food and share it with somebody. You know. That's it. We made this whole big deal about all this process that we got to do, all this running around we got to do to look busy. Ooh, everybody got to be busy. Oh, I'm busy. Look at me. You know what I did yesterday? Actually, I was busy yesterday. I painted the back deck of the trailer because it was kind of dirty looking. So I painted the back deck. and then I put a new faucet in, 'cause I can't sell. I got these $150 faucets, right, that were on markdown because they were special order at Lowe's back in the day for $39. I tried selling them for 60. Nobody wants to buy them. So I put one in there, and it works great, and it looks beautiful. Now I put one in here, so I got to tear apart this. I am going to be doing a remodel in here again for the winter, because if I'm going up to that harvest, it's going to be cold, not frigid, but it could be below freezing on some days. So I'm going to pop out the air conditioner that didn't work out. It was an older one. I kind of knew what probably wasn't going to work out, so I'm going to pop that out, throw that away, and I'll deal with an air conditioner next spring. Um, I'll set up something in here differently. I didn't really like how I did in the first one. I hate losing cabinet space in there because there's none. So I'll redo that, and I will I'll repurpose that area for a cabinet. I got to put the propane tank in there, and then what I will do, I'll put the propane tank on one side. I'll put all my electronics for the solar on the other side of it because it's in that cabinet already. And then on the front little half, I'll make like uh, a short shelf kind of setup. I might just screen the back of it so I can kind of look in the back and see what everything's doing, because I want to be able to see the monitor and all that. I don't need to get to it, but I'll set up where it's like maybe two quick screws pops it out, and I can get that whole area. I might even hinge that, actually. I'm saying that because I'm going to have the propane tank in there, so I could probably hinge that. I could probably hinge that on a shelf where the shelf can just open up. I might do that. That might be a good idea. That'd be cool. And then I could just, one little clasp will hold that in place, you know. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I like that. I like that idea. That just came to me. Um, so that's it. Just don't get heavy handed on your sin as far as your self thought. You know what I mean? Just immediately realize it. Give it to the Lord. Pass it on to Him. That's what He's here for. Because if He said it is finished, He He atoned. He handled every sin, post, present, and future. That's what that cross did. When He went on that cross, He got rid of every sin on this planet that we will ever come up with, because He knew what diaper pants is going to do to us. He knows what the adversary is going to do to us, and he's got Him nailed to the wall. He can't go anywhere. He's done, and He knows He's done. That's the ironic thing. He read that book right to the end. He knows He's done, but he thinks he's got one more shot. He's got one more shot, and that's in the tribulation. Good luck, pal. Wish you the best. A creation going against the Creator. And we all do that. But every single one of us that does not accept Him, we are going against the Creator. That's what you're doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can deny Him all you want, but that's on you. You know, if I'm wrong, what do I end up? I'm in the same place you. Pile of dirt. They're gonna shovel me around. I mean, look at the dirt on the ground. Look out your window right now. Those are all old humans that just passed away, and they just tossed them over there. And we're growing our food in old humans. I mean, come on, you know, it's crazy. But why are we on this planet if it's only to die in 50 to 100 years? What? And the struggle in here to just be around for 100 years, struggle our whole life to die, just be nothing anymore. Come on, think about it. Come on, just think about that for a minute. You know, it's really there's more to this. You know, there's a whole lot more to this. I truly believe that, you know, everything God has. Look at the planets sitting out there that are not in use right now. They're gonna be inhabited, not by us. Well, by us, but once He gets them going, you know, space won't be a problem anymore. We won't have a problem with space anymore. You know, um, there'll be no more utopia set up like we're going through right now. The world's a utopia. Oh, where's the Tower of Babel going to be? It's going to be planet Earth. The whole damn planet is Babel. The whole damn planet is Babel. You know, and you can just see it. Everybody's got their own little utopia going on in their own countries, and it's all under the fiat system. It's all under the same money system. Oh yeah, the yen, the yang, the yin, the yang. Everybody's got their own name of their money. the dollar, you know, everything attaches to the dollar. Nothing attaches to the dollar. Everything's attached to the fiat system, the debt-based Keynesian system. That's what's all attached to. And it's worldwide. We are in a one world order of sorts. We're not in the one world order. Don't misunderstand me, okay? But this is what the Antichrist will organize. And all these boneheads out here right now are making it so much easier for him. It's ridiculous how easy he's gonna be able to walk in and boom. Um, the Left Behind series with Cameron, um, the Cameron kid that was in. He's got some good movies out on that, and it's funny, how ironic how at first I'm like, the UN, I doubt it, but I think so. It's gonna be the UN, and I think it's gonna be China or Russia. That's gonna be the trouble from the East. I did a previous video on that comment too. I think it's gonna be Russia, because China has gotten fat off of us too. Russia's had to struggle through stuff, so Russia's always been on their own. So I think it's going to be Russia, because China got fat, and I guess as of this morning, me reading something, UN might be dealing with China next. Whatever, wars and rumors of war, they're all lamping up. Signs are, hope she keeps going. Please keep going. Don't stop and bug me. She's going. Okay, that was my sister. I don't know why she's leaving so late. Oh, she might be going shopping. Good, your food in the house. I don't have to use my food in my house. But that's what sisters are for, right? But yeah, so that's it. I'm sorry. Sorry, another hour-long video. But that's it. All right, I gotta go. Love yous. Bye.